Yo, it's Sway.
Sway.
Sway. Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
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 Only on Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Yeah. Bitches.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45. We're already indulging into a conversation. Andrew McCarthy is here. He's done a ton of work.
Right.
Heather B. But I remember watching St. Elmo's Fire, and I remember watching Less Than Zero, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And so that's why I have you here. Oh yeah, you wrote a book. But that's why I have you here, because the premise of this book I found to be very interesting. You were a man who was engaged for 4 years?
Yeah, I was engaged a long time. Almost 5 years, yeah. Almost
5 years. It sounded like, to me, Heather, you correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, too, it sounded like you had commitment issues.
In a word, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I was engaged in that. We had a kid. We have a lovely life, and that, I couldn't go there. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to try and figure out how do you love somebody so much and yet still go, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And that sort of, it's not you, it's me, I love you, I'm on the road kind of feeling. And so I just set out to try and answer that question in the book. In my other life, my other secret life besides being an actor, I'm a travel writer. So I do a lot of travel writing for magazines and stuff. And so while I was doing that, I was trying to find the answer to that question. So it's like, I love you and I'm going to come back and it's going to be great, but I got to go right now. So that's really the event of the book, is sort of this internal journey why I'm doing all that stuff.
Now, that sounds easy, right, Heather? Like, for any man who doesn't want to get married, just say, I love you, but I got to go.
Well,
I wish it was that easy.
It doesn't sit that well, so that's why I had to solve the problem.
Okay, all right.
I'm curious, because I'm thinking, as a woman, you hear this, and the first thing I would think is you're going out on the road to have sex with a whole bunch of women to find out whose cookie is better than mine. Now, did you have a lot of sex?
Not at this point in my life, I didn't. When I earlier travels, when I was single, I did. But this was not about. I think if I thought about having sex with another woman 10,000 miles from home, I would get a text and she'd say, "How was that?" She knows exactly what I'm doing at any time, without me even telling her. So it wasn't really about, and luckily I'm not 25. And if I were 25 still and I'm going off, that's what I'd be doing. But I'm not, unfortunately, anymore. So that wasn't the primary reason for me going.
Okay.
Although it did, there are a couple incidents on the road where, something comes up, you get that look and it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nobody in the world would know what happens right now.
Yeah. Right.
Except the other thing that happens when you get older is you get a conscience, which is awful. And so,
damn. I heard about that.
Yeah. And, unfortunately, I discovered one, and then it just keeps growing. Yeah. So anyway, but when I was a kid, no, that didn't happen. But yeah.
Yep. You got a interesting. You're the middle child of three. Or,
no, I got two older brothers and one younger one.
And one younger brother.
Yeah.
So you was the kind of were you the forgotten child, or did your mother give you special attention?
I was the special one, and then I was the forgotten one when my younger brother was born. So I got sort of both.
You got both of them. That explains it, Heather. So you gotta break down the complexities to something.
Was the unlicked cub,
Yeah.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.